Hello, butterflies. Good afternoon. Just doing a quick sound checking. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Yep. Perfect. I don't know why though. One sec, people, I'm having some. Like that. Hopefully better. Anyway, welcome everyone. It's so nice to see you. Very barely. Wow, I cannot do nothing more than this. I'm sorry. I will have to fix my microphone, I think. But anyway, so welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about the spiral of life, really. We have been receiving a lot of vibrations lately from the Schumann Resonance. So we are constantly being asked to face our shadow and our darkness. So life at the moment looks a little bit upside down. Like one moment we feel one way, one moment we feel another way. And this is because we are being faced with our polarity. We are being faced with the fact that we have the control of the wheel. And so perhaps we constantly move in and out of way of feeling. And this is because we can have the full grasp of our power. It's funny that how perspective plays in our reality. Sometimes we wake up and we feel powerful, and yet sometimes we feel powerless. And the truth is that we're learning how to move in and out of those feelings without getting sucked in at the point that you feel like you're about to die. We have to accept the two polarity of life and understanding that every moment we can go back to control. For some reason, I'm sorry guys, but YouTube is just not working today. So many of us are being faced with these feelings. Hello everyone, hello. And we stop projecting outwards, because every concept that you have about your life, any idea, any statement, like my life is like this, so I feel like that, is often in relationship with the outside world, right? Or our past come at place the narrative that we have about ourselves, like what happened to me, what they did to me, or Anyway, the outside world almost dictate how we feel. But we have been pushed right now to see that in reality the power is always in our hands. And life is like a spiral. What does that mean? That it will re-offer you constantly the same scenario or the same drama or the same feelings until you understand how to deal with them. And sometimes we feel coerced, like, oh my God, always the same experience happened to me, or the same feelings get brought back up. And we almost get we create a deception, and we think that, I don't know, life is punish us, or that we cannot move forward. And the truth is that we constantly get back into this spiral and this roller coaster. Every time you can see it as an opportunity to deal with things in a better and better and better and better and better way. So even though the universe will give us constantly the same lesson, the same situation with different faces, camouflaged in different way, but it's the same triggers come back up, even the ones that you thought you dealt with. And in this spiral, what is important is that you realize that every time you do the circle again, you are dealing with it in a better way, in a better way, in a better way. Until we eventually break free from certain cycles that keep us in sufferance. And the cycles that keep us in sufferance can be many. The cycle can have many different looks. Sometimes we get addicted to substances, addicted to behaviors, addicted to routines, addicted to respond in a certain way to things. And it's mind-blowing when there is a point in which either you get tired of your own crap, or the universe almost smash you against the wall, and you will be like, okay, I listen. Because sometimes we repeat things, we deal with things in the same way, and that is not what the spiral is here for. The spiral is really gradual, so you don't have to change completely, but the spirals allowed you to change it a little bit. It's the same curve. It's the same curve that you already felt, and you have the choice on handling this curve in a slightly different way. And this is the power that we are awakening to. And it's very fast at this very point in time. What I mean by it is that the frequency right now and the amount of light that we are receiving from the planet, it's so strong that every day it's like a lifetime. And I know this sounds crazy, but it is. Every day is like a lifetime. And every day you can choose it, choose a different way. And instead of repeating the loop, you have the opportunity to shift it a little bit, even just a little. And that spiral, instead of repeating itself in the exact same way, you are given the chance to repeat it in a different way. And at some point, you realize that you're moving. You are not stagnant. You are not at the same level. But that little change, that little more awareness when you do things is actually moving you up and moving you up to the ladder, which I think is beautiful that we have this opportunity, don't you think? And it's up to you every morning if you want to feel powerless or victim, or if you want to be in control and feel powerful. Change, it's what we are looking for, but change, people are scared of change. But what if behind change you can unlock a new timeline? You see, all the version of you exist at the same time. It's just you choosing in which one you want to tune in. The vibrations and the way that you feel will allow you to understanding what timeline you are shifting. If you choose the powerless timeline today, you are in the powerless timeline. If you choose to see the things in a brighter way, you are in a better timeline. So the power resides inside. And even when the things look awful and you are having a tantrum, or you're depressed, or you're sad, you choose to see that in, I allowed this to be, this is what I needed today. It won't repeat tomorrow. But you allowed even the dark things to become powerful. Because guess what? You needed it. Oh, Elizabeth, hello. I was talking about, well, I cannot start again. But essentially, I was talking about the spiral of life and this amazing vibrations that we are receiving right now that are accelerating things, and it's up to us to be brave enough to jump because there is an acceleration. So when you change the loop in which you are in, you are able to move upwards in this spiral. And life will offer you this possibility every day. Every day we can change everything. it, it, it's so fascinating that every day you can choose in what timeline you want to jump, in what timeline this day you're gonna position yourself. It's today you are the victim, today you are the depressed, or today everything serves you. And I spent most of my life in the problem solving mood, in the victim mood. I'm not saying it was fair. I always ran, I escape. I was always fixing and defending and protecting because people and things wouldn't accept me for who I am. And what happened is that we enter into a cycle in which we are constantly problem solving. And so each day, if I want to be the problem solver, life will give me problem to solve. I did not see that I wasn't stuck in a cycle. It wasn't a spiral, but it was a circle of repeats. And the smallest chain open that circle is not a circle no more, but it divides and you go upwards one ring. So instead of seeing myself constantly in the need of fixing, proving, providing, solving, defending, running, I thought to myself, if I keep seeing this, the universe will keep giving me those things because this is what I feel. And I stopped and I projected outwards a different mindset. And the mindset was, there are no problem to solve. It's all solved for me. There is nobody to run from. Nobody is chasing me no more. I don't need to prove. I don't need to please. I don't need to solve or beg to people to see my worth or to whatever is your cycle anyway. The cycle of disempowerment, the victim, the frustrated, and you adopt a different mindset. And I started to walk outside and thinking, the sun is shining for me. When I go to the supermarket, I feel like somebody just put a red carpet on the floor for me. People organize shelves for me. And every time I look at nature, I feel God is creating a show for me. Nothing might change, but the approach changed. And when the approach changed, you move into this spiral. And the circle is not circle no more, but it divides and you can go up in a new ring. And then it's up to you. You want to stay there for how long you want to stay there, or you want to break the second ring and go up again. Your realities, all the version of you are available. Today I woke up and I decided that I wanted to stay in pajama. That's why you see me like that. And I felt a bit low. And usually the way I approach this, it's I'm a failure. I don't have the energy. And I made a commitment. I said that I would have gone live, and look at me. Or no makeup and pajama. But then I thought, no, this is not the way I want to see this today. Because the phenomenon is neutral, but yet you can choose in what side of the spectrum you want to see it. And so usually I would see it in a negative light, like my mind will go and look at you and blah, 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 blah. And instead today I was like, no, this is good. People will see the real me in pajama. And I will do what I am capable of doing. Nothing more, nothing less. If people like it, fine. If people doesn't like it, fine anyway. But you have the power to choose the perspective. And I broke a cycle today. I broke another cycle between the many that I broke. And it's the cycle of perfectionism. Because I'm obsessed with being, everything has to be perfect. The microphone, the light, how I am, this and that, bada bam. Pointless. It's all pointless. The only thing that matters is that you feel, that you understand, that you have the choice. And all the version of you exists already in the now. All the different version of you, the better and the worst, exist with you right now. But you can choose which one to tune in. I could be on the floor right now crying because my energy is not the best and go back to my old coping mechanism, which would be smoking weed, tons of weed, or overeating. And instead I chose to see this experience in a different way. But that girl that smokes and is sad and use coping mechanism is still here. She's still here. But just, I did not tune in to her today. I tuned in into another Alice, a different one. So with you, I would like to ask you, what is this cycle? Where the frustration comes from? And I need you to awaken to your power, because that bad version of me, it was necessary. It is my best friend, actually, because without her I wouldn't be fed up with myself. I got fed up of my own crap through her. So in this spiral that we go, everything was supposed to be exactly there, and everything was supposed to be there for you to choose to carry on in the loop, in the ring, or a very, very small change in perspective or actions can break the ring and you go up. The spiral is not a circle anymore, it's a spiral. So the mind and the heart become best friends, not enemy anymore. So many people think that the mind and the heart are enemy. Instead, they become friends because the heart tells you how you feel, but the mind chooses if that feeling it's good or bad. And instead, the mind become a friend to this feeling. The mind tunes into this feeling, and the mind observe it, and instead of judge it or criticize it or want to deny it and use coping mechanism like overeating, binge eating, or smoking, or whatever you do, buying, gossiping, or keep yourself occupied, the mind is able to look at it and say, what we're going to do with this. And you allowed yourself to feel it. You allowed yourself to make peace. Sorry. So what is your loop? What is your circle? And how easy it would be to move into the spiral? The acceleration, anyway, Elizabeth, sorry if I didn't answer. The acceleration that we are feeling, it's because literally we are, this is bad, but every day is a lifetime right now. And I know this sounds like what, but yeah, yes, it is. What I mean, it's every day. The stuff that come out of you every day, feeling and emotionally wise, energetically wise. If you haven't checked my audio track called Acceleration, Ascension, Ascension, Acceleration Tool, listen to that. So every day you get presented with karma from what you did. Our karma comes from our choices, the choices that we made. So everything we are dealing in our life, everything that the universe asks us to face, okay, come from our karma, come from our choices. So if you take every single day and you tune in with what you are feeling and you allow feeling, emotions, the energetical density to come out of you and you face them and you burn through them. So you don't act on them, but you witness them. You become a purifier. You're like a filter, and you are burning the density created from the wrong choice that you made. So every day when you find resistance during your day, it's there for you to be able to allow that to express, so you can burn through that completely. You become a vessel that all those things emerged because we need to purify the vessel. We need to purify this crap that is inside of us. Unexpressed anger, suppressed emotion, suppressed, because each one of us hide things under the carpet. We don't want to face, we don't want to see, we don't want to feel. We don't want to feel the uncomfortable. We don't want to drain ourselves in those density that we accumulated. And so the more you sweep them under the carpet, the more you don't want to face it, the more they accumulate, the more they become big, until they become an entity on his own. And when people ask me, possession, that is possession, because you become possessed because you didn't want to see things for what they were. You didn't want to face certain things, and so they stayed inside of you, and they got energy, they got power, they became something. They got stored into some part of your body. Mostly is in our solar plexus, in our belly. Any disease that you have, like IBS or disease of your root chakra, um, lung disease, throat disease, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, anything that you have physically, it's because we accumulated things that we didn't want to see, we didn't want to process, we didn't want to let go. Binge eating from repressed anger. People who have trouble to fast is because you're not gonna die if you stay one full day without food. In all the religion, it talks about fasting. Why do you think? Is that coincidence that no matter what religion they speak about fasting? Because we use things to suppress those stuff, to don't see those things. And so they accumulate inside of us, they accumulate in our body, in our energetical field. And we have given now the possibility every day to purge and purify all of this. And that is the same chance that you have of breaking the circle. Because this time you don't choose to ignore, this time you choose to feel. Or because you can also swing in the other side of the spectrum, which is always feeling them, but then without transmuting them. So what does that mean? That you become addicted to the feeling of victimism, you become addicted to the feeling of, so instead of letting the emotion moving through you and be transmuted and alchemized and it goes, you then go back the day after and the day after, or a memory or a feeling of frustration, I'm not enough, or beliefs, or whatever it is. And every day you got given the chance to change your reaction. So if you usually don't like to stay in the uncomfortable feelings, you have the chance to stay there and witness and be present and allow the transmutation to happen. Or if you are used to feeling and then get attached to the feeling and then feel a victim every day, you are getting the chance to say, to change that loop too. So whatever is your loop, every one of us has a loop. Otherwise we would be perfect. And so the earth is giving us now the ability of burning every day through a lifetime of karma. Every day you got the chance to modify past, present, and future. And this is happening only now. And only like this couldn't happen 3 or 4 years ago, but this is happening now. So whatever is your story, whatever is the narrative that you are attached to, the loop that you are attached to, the beliefs that you are attached to, you have the chance to break the loop. I do private session. If you want to contact me by email, I can help you with that. But there are many little action, very little. A simple shift of perspective, a simple different way to respond to triggers that will unlock a totally different spiral. And so that every day you actually have the opportunity to jump into a new different timeline, in the timeline that you want to see. What if you have to imagine how your best version of you look like, or how the more empowered version of you look like? Once you visualize it in your mind, what does that mean? What does that mean for Elizabeth to embody her best version of herself? You see it, and then you get given immediately the possibility to jump into that timeline. What does it mean for Susan to jump in the best version of herself? And you move that by answering in your ideal way to things. Or it's like, I would like to be more active. Like this is how I saw my best self was like, oh, I I wanted to create. So I jumped in the timeline in which I create something. Then I wanted to be in the timeline in which Alicia didn't smoke. And instead of smoking, she would have way more time to do other things. And she wouldn't suppress her emotion through the weed, but she would actually face whatever she was need to face. And so I jumped in that timeline. And whatever is your need, whatever is, you are given now the possibility to literally change the past, the present, and the future by unlocking unblocking this circle. Amazing, Julie. Yes, and I did it too. I used to, I wanted to go classes. I went classes of yoga. I went classes of ecstatic dances. That is like very cool stuff. Whatever it is, you want to be creative, you want to be more self-secure, you want to feel sexier, you want to feel whatever it is, you get given the possibility. Because it's there. It's already there. It's already here. It already exists. It's just by changing small things, you will get access to that. You want to be more secure, more confident. Have you sat with the uncomfortable feeling of understanding why you are not feeling confident? Who broke your confidence? You have to go back in the past. You have to face the reasons, and that is uncomfortable. Allow it to be, allow it to come up, allow that monster to be faced, to face with you. It's powerful. Anyway, I appreciate any donation for those classes, because that is another way to speak to the universe. Sometimes it's the same thing of the problem solving. You are so used to problem solving, you always problem solve, so the universe give you more problem solving. And sometimes it's the same. We ask, but do you give? Because when you ask, then the universe is like, okay, then I'm gonna give you things in which you will have to keep asking. And sometimes it's always balancing, right? It's this. It's always this. You constantly have the fluctuation. So when you give, the universe will give you. When you ask, the universe will ask of you. It's all we are like a mirror. But oh, thank you, beautiful. But yeah, so this vibrational acceleration, I really recommend you to listen to my track that I can't even pronounce properly. But anyway, and so if you look, let me see if I can show you the graphic. One sec. So this is, I don't know if you will see it though, but anyway, see. The light is too bright. One sec. If I put it minimum, maybe you will see it. Right, so this is the Schumann Resonance. And those are the vibrations that are at the moment hitting the planet Earth. You can see, so up here, oh goodness me. Up here is the day, and then down here is the hours. Anyway, every time we get hit with this amount of light, there is a lot of darkness that will be exposed. So from one side is, oh God, why this is not focusing now? Well, anyway, so yeah, every time we get hit with this amount of light, we will have to be ready and prepared to face the amount of darkness that wants to come out. Now you can see it's not focusing. Hello? Oh, okay. So are you ready to face all the darkness that wants to come out? Are you ready to be naked and vulnerable in front of the things that you've been hiding, the fears? There's going to be fears, and everything needs to be exorcised, people. Everything needs to be exorcised. You are meant to have a life that is absolutely free from fear, absolutely free from doubt, absolutely free from sufferings, absolutely free from limitation. There is no limit. The limit is the sky. So why have you got limitation? Why you feel limitation? Everything will be exposed and amplified. And if you don't want to look at it, the universe will smash you up against the wall. It will put you on your knees. It will make you suffer until you are like, okay, I'm listening. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I will face whatever I need to face. I will feel whatever I need to feel. And when you do that, you realize that you can walk in total wholeness in hell. And that's why hell will disappear. Hell and the darkness will be only a side of you. It will not be something that you need to run away from. It's not anymore something that you need to fear. Your own shadow, your own darkness, the evil in general, death. You finally will not need to run. You finally will not need to feel crushed by it, but you will be whole with ease and grace. You'll be walking in hell, and it's gonna be your hell. And you will feel absolutely powerful no matter if it's heaven or hell, if it's a heaven day or a hell day. You got it, girl. You got it. Namaste. Well, I hope you enjoy my beautiful butterflies. And thank you again for the support. And if you have any question, or I am going. Oh, okay, Elizabeth, thank you. Thank you, beautiful. But if you have any question that I can answer, or anything that is tormenting your mind, or I can answer or try to. If not, I'm gonna leave you, and hopefully you will listen to that track about the acceleration thingy. AI. Why your nickname?